Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Algorand, aka Algo. So let's just dive in and let's start off with looking at some prices. So, one of the biggest things that everyone has been focused on in crypto for a while, since going all the way back to around even May, I would say, of this year, is the price action within crypto. So, for over 7 months now, everyone has been watching the prices and watching them extremely close. And one of the things that I've been addressing on this channel is focus on the assets in the space that are extremely undervalued at their current levels. Here we have Matic, right? So Matic is currently trading at about 90 cents. This thing hit a high of about $2.72. Now, do you see the total and the max supply? And do you see the circulating supply? Now, I have over here Algorand. Algorand is in the same exact level of Matic, supply-wise. Price-wise, yeah, it did hit around the same high, $2.38. I don't focus on this price back here because, again, this is not an accurate measurement of the price of Algorand. Very similar to Casper, when everyone focuses on the all-time high of Casper at 60 some dollars. But what I do want to focus on is what Algorand is actually providing for crypto and for enterprises, and the real world value behind Algorand as well. And I'm going to be talking about why I believe that this could be a top 10, possibly even a top 5 token going forward on. So obviously, we know the all-time high. What I want to focus on is the all-time lows. So the all-time low down here on Algorand is going back to March of 2020. It was sitting at about 10 cents. That is about almost 12 cents from where we are at now. That's the difference that we are looking at going all the way back 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, actually. And it's crazy that we are at these levels. And I even focused on this on Twitter. I said, it's crazy because, where we are at now on Algorand, it's an incredible opportunity, especially if you are focused on the long-term viewpoints of some of these assets. And again, this is why I say Algorand is truly something special. So let's actually look about why this is the case, why I believe Algorand will change things for crypto and for the enterprise grade sector and so much more. So let's look at this. Upgrades. This year, we've seen some huge upgrades around Algorand. One, we've seen new features, the box storage and BLS signatures, which will make it easier and cheaper, which also unlocks unlimited on-chain storage. It's pretty crazy. Now, they already deployed Milkometa_com A1 as the first rollup. This is a layer 2 protocol, and it is a rollup. And we also seen the Algorand version of Payma Studios that will actually be happening next year rolled out as well. So this is pretty big. There's been a lot of upgrades happening, and we do see Sebastian saying, I honestly think that if Algorand advertised itself as a good layer 1 to host layer 2 solutions, it could do really well. There's a need, for this kind of chain, and Algorand could fill that need. And again, this is also a big focus point around smart contracts, because smart contracts is a big selling point. Having these major upgrades this year is very crucial, especially as we do focus on the future around crypto and even Algorand, because this year is the year for building. This is the year for development and growth, especially around the community and even the network itself, which is also why I focus on Casper, even Hedera, the tokens. I should say not the tokens, but the companies and the tokens that are not stopping any sort of discussions and upgrades around their networks. That's what I focus on in the bear markets and the bearish timeframes in this market. It's not oh, how bad is the price? How bad is this? How bad is that? I focus on the companies and the networks that are continuously building, continuously making noise, and Algorand's one of them. And we even do see, going back to December 3rd, we've seen this article get posted on Cointelegraph, the future of smart contract adoption for enterprises. And we do see smart contracts capable of handling complex computations while ensuring a level of privacy are the future for enterprise adoption. And this does focus on DeFi and a lot of DeFi use cases. And we even see down here from John Woods, who's the CTO at the Algorand Foundation. He's addressing the ideas around smart contracts and what they are doing to focus on some of the issues around them. And we even do see that Wood shared this, or that smart contracts uploaded to the Algorand blockchain are applied similarly to traditional DeFi use cases that enable things like automatic trading of on-chain digital assets. Yet, when it comes to enterprise use cases, Woods mentioned that he believes it's best to put as little information on-chain as possible, and this methodology allows enterprises to benefit from smart contracts, yet only when simple computations are involved. While this may serve as a solution to current limitations, advancements are being made to ensure that all enterprise data can be supported by smart contracts. So, Algorand is focused on providing a space for enterprise-grade smart contracts, very similar to like what Hedera is focused on and Casper. And a lot of people make questions saying, do we really need three different networks to support enterprise-grade adoption? I do believe so. I mean, there's going to be a lot of use cases being built out specifically around the enterprise grade area. And these networks that are providing the technology for it and the network for it are going to be the tokens of the future, because I've always said that like the next 100 million users, the next 1 billion users as well, will come from enterprise and financial institutions adopting this technology, utilizing this technology. And I do think that this is going to be a crucial focus point, even going into like next year and the year after that, because it's not just going to all be centered on retail. And also, we are starting to see a lot of updates in this area from Algorand Foundation. We've seen this posted. This got posted on the 7th, and it says MAPay Corp, a global healthcare technology firm with a focus on decentralized payment networks, unveiled its partnership with the Ministry of Public Health and Family Welfare and the Government of India. And this is creating the first 100 million NFTs for digital health records on the Algorand network. This is crazy to me, because what I have been focused on with NFTs for so long, even going back to initially when we found Hedera, was the NFT use cases in the healthcare sector, in use cases outside of just digital art, because everyone in the retail sector is still focused on art NFTs. And again, it's not a bad thing to focus on either. I'm just saying, like, when we talk about NFTs, there's so much more room for growth within the NFT sector, and I think that this is a huge one. And as we go over back to CoinMarketCap, and we actually go over here to NFTs, the NFT market is down astronomically in value. It's sitting at about $13.4 billion, but I could see a future where this is trading at possibly $130 billion or even possibly $1.3 trillion. It all depends on how much will be fully tokenized, and if we are talking about everything being tokenized, I think that this is a huge stepping stone for Algorand to be behind. And I think that this is an innovation that should not be overlooked at all. And we do see over here from the Algorand ecosystem directory, building an interoperable ecosystem. These newest projects, these are the ones that have been here for a while. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that these are new. But I will say we are starting to see a lot more creator economy use cases being built out. And I think that this is good. I think that this is good for just like the retail economy on Algorand. But I also want you guys to focus on like Algorand Fi, because Algorand Fi, this has been one that has been powering a lot of the DeFi TVL on Algorand for a while. And we've been focused on the TVL. I have it over here. We're going to get into that here in a second. But also, there's been a lot more projects actually launching here for NFTs and things like that, which I think is very good for the growth of the network. We've seen this even with Hedera. Now, over here, we do see from John Woods, CTO at Algo Foundation. He's saying MetaMask support for Algorand is code complete and in audit, shipping late Q1 of 2023. And this is in response to an individual that has been talking about Hedera, because Hedera just recently seen a MetaMask integration, and we do see a few responses here. So we have think it's a proposal, but still love that it's an idea in the works for HBAR. So it's in the works, it's a proposal. Also, side note, I believe I heard John Allen Woods mention he wants to take Algo into MetaMask as well next year, I think anyways. And yes, this is actually a pretty big stepping stone. A lot of people think that MetaMask is trash. I think that MetaMask has a lot of problems associated with it. I think that if they could really kind of work on those, then hey, it's great. But MetaMask is big for the retail sector simply because MetaMask was a huge adoption focus around NFTs and even around a lot of like the meme coins that were popping up. But it's not a bad wallet in general for NFTs and stuff. I would never hold all of my NFTs and I would never hold a significant amount on MetaMask, just to be honest with you guys. But I do think that this is great for Algorand. I think that's a huge stepping stone for them as well within the NFT and DeFi space. Now, also, the developer metrics. So this has been one that I include in almost every single one of my Algorand videos, and it's because this is where we see a lot of the metrics that matter, like on-chain metrics. So this is the TVL. So TVL is actually pretty significant for Algorand. Why do I say it is? Because, well, look at how much TVL there is. There's $1.93 billion, about 9.03 billion Algo. That's a very large amount of Algorand if you think about it, because when we look at how much Algorand is out there, we know that there's 10 billion Algo. Now, does this mean that it's all Algorand based? No, not necessarily. In fact, we could actually see a few of the things that are associated with this. So as we do see on December 10th, we see the total amount combined, which was sitting at about $2 billion. We do see a large portion of it is actually coming from Algorand. It's about like 1.6 billion. The rest is ASA. And when we look at the Algorand market cap, they have the Algorand market cap here. They also have the 24-hour volume. And they have all of the tokens associated down here. And you could see all of this ranked by market cap and all that kind of stuff. And then we also do see NFTs. So NFT sale volume. Last 30 days, pretty low compared to August 14th. But we do see this kind of picking back up. It's sitting at about 90, almost 4 million. And you can see the sales volume in the last 30 days. It's about 6.25 million Algorand, about $2.15 million worth. Pretty large if you think about it. And we see the 90-day span. The last 7 days, this is starting to really pick up, by the way. Well, I think that this is only updated until August 29th. I did not catch that. I apologize. I don't know why this hasn't been updated. Maybe I could see it on NFT Explorer real quick. So maybe this just isn't updated, but we do see the volume in the last 24 hours. It's about 88,127 Algorand, about $20,000 USD, about 1,055 transactions. We see the unique buyers and all that kind of stuff. I would love to see that metric actually updated, though, because it is a little bit misleading when you look at that. But we can see the statistics over here. I'm pretty sure this is in real time. So here are the daily reports. So on the 11th, we did see about 95,000 almost Algo volume. And this is pretty much on par with what we have been noticing recently. And we do see the NFT weekly sales. So the week of December 5th, we had about 537,000 Algo volume. Pretty good, honestly. And we see the monthly sales as well, going all the way back to January of 2022. Goes all the way back to August of 2021, and this has been pretty good. Not to say the least. I mean, like, it's been pretty solid. And we also see the monthly sales over here. So this is in Algo. This is in dollars. So I mean, $756,000 in November. That's not bad. So far in December, it's about 200,000. And back in September, we hit an all-time high of about almost 8.7 million Algo. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I would love to see those statistics updated. I don't know if the TVL is actually fully updated in real time, it's delayed by a few days. So December 10th, but that's still pretty solid in terms of TVL. Here's the total value locked itself. So right now, total committed is about 3.9 billion Algo. Very solid numbers, in my opinion. Last 90 days, we could see all of this from we could see it locked throughout all of the ecosystems available, and we could see that a large portion of the amount locked is from Folk Finance Lending and Lofty, which is accumulating to almost over $50 million worth. So pretty strong. Or sorry, actually, I was wrong. I believe that So, oh yeah, no, I was right on that. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, so Lofty and Folk Finance Lending are the two biggest ones. But you can see a lot more metrics as well. This is just talking about on-chain value. Here is a few of the transactions in the last 7 days as well. Total addresses, we're almost nearing the 30 million mark. But these are some great statistics for Algorand right now. Like I said, TVL is a big one. I always focus on TVL because it does provide a great insight on how much value is locked away. I mean, a large portion of the supply is locked. I mean, it's over 38% of the supply locked away. So that's very, very incredible to see. So as we do focus on this, I think everything happening, I think all of the adoption, all of the growth around the ecosystem, a lot of the transactional volume, NFTs and all that is definitely accounting for a large value to be derived from Algo. And, you know, the only reason why I believe that it will be in the top 5 in the top, you know, possibly even the top 5, I should say. In my opinion, it will be a top 10 token. And the reason why I believe this is because of the adoption cycle of crypto. And I really do think that Algorand shines the greatest in terms of how much noise they've been making, the development, all that kind of stuff. It's bound for a large move going into the next major cycle run. And very similar to Matic. Like I said, Matic is still holding strong under $1. I would rather look into Algorand than Matic, in my opinion. And I do think that Algorand is going to make some major moves going into the next major cycle. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.